Hey, it's story time with Elizabeth from Silver Nest Homeschooling, and I wanted to just kind of go through what we've done in the past for Christmas studies as you are getting ready for your Christmas or you're already in the middle of your Christmas, and trying to just give some ideas of the different ways that you can do it. First of all, have permission to not do anything extra for Christmas. There's already extra, right? There's already extra parties, extra events, extra things to happen, things to do. So give yourself permission to not do everything, and also give yourself permission to say no to things. Just because something was a tradition in your family growing up, or in a tradition even in the family you're in now, sometimes those traditions, we do them because they're traditional, but not necessarily because they're still adding value, adding life to us. When we experience loss, sometimes it's hard to maintain some of those traditions that we had from before. Sometimes those are the things that anchor us and hold us steady, the same thing over and over again. But sometimes they become more of a burden than a blessing. And give yourself permission to really look at some of the traditions, even as you're going through this season, and think to yourself, next year when I do this, is this how I want to do this? You are the one that gets to decide what your Christmas looks like. Your family is the one that gets to make those decisions. We've often sat down at the beginning of the Christmas season and asked the kids, what is the most important thing for you this Christmas? If nothing else happens, what is the most important thing? And those conversations are the conversations that spark some really interesting feedback and response to, like, what is actually adding value to them and to their life. Also, give yourself permission to pay attention to the different kinds of love languages that people have, that you have. Maybe yours is love language is words, right? If someone just would write you a card, that is not just a card. That is so valuable and important to you. My husband feels that way. He just loves cards. The gifts are extra. But for some of my kids, and that is Christmas. But like, gifts are a big deal, and it's not because they're materialistic. It's because gifts are their love language. Others are asking for quality time. Can we go to this experience? Can we not have a bunch of presents because I just want to be with you, Mom, right? So laying down those things. The other two are, so you have quality time, words of affirmation, gifts, and then acts of service. Maybe your child is an acts of service. Maybe they're always doing something nice for you. Maybe their biggest gift is that you go and clean their room. You know, think through like how that can work for them. And yeah, those are really important. It's based on a book by Gary Chapman, The 5 Love Languages. They have them for teenagers and kids and stuff. But it's really helped me take a step back and be like, not everybody's brain works like my brain. Not everybody values the same. Not everybody comes from the same place of what equals fun or joy or peace. Taking those into considerations are really valuable. As far as homeschool goes, we have done a variety. We've completely just stayed the course, stuck to our subjects, not added anything extra. We've also set everything aside except for math and usually English, or turned everything into English is based on Christmas. We've studied Christmas around the world. Those were wonderful. Just go find a bunch of YouTube videos and movies and library books, and we just dug deep and tried as many things as we possibly could. Kids were smaller. It was fun. Geography was fun to create, to learn, to take it all in. We did it when they were older. We just focused on just Europe. We watched a ton of YouTube videos and read some really cool stuff with Gather Round, to some amazing Christmas units. And so we bought one of theirs and went through that. We've also done a pile of the Christmas books we already own, slowly gathered throughout the year, save them up for Christmas, and then read one every day. One of our big traditions is we get a tree and put it on a trunk, like an actual giant stores all our Christmas stuff trunk, not of a tree, but of like a packing trunk. And that puts the tree higher in the air, which allows us to make a reading nook underneath the tree. And the kids absolutely love it. There's 1 and 2 daughters that do all their school under the tree. That makes Christmas more fun for them this season, more fun for them, even if they're doing their history, their math, their homework, etc. And so we put big pillows under it. The cats like to sit under it. We have indoor cats. They don't mess with the tree. I'm sorry if your cats mess with the tree, but ours don't. So yeah, again, like that can be the special thing. I'm not a baker. I let my kids make whatever food they want to try. That isn't my main source of joy. It's my main source of frustration. So as they've gotten older, I just give them permission to go ahead and make what they want to make. I'll add that in. I'll count that as their school. Pile of special Christmas movies that they want to watch, that we reward ourselves with when we finish what we have to do. And a lot of Christmas music is being played as they're in different choir, guitar productions, things like that. So that's how we have done Christmas in the past. I don't know how we'll do Christmas in the future. I've got a senior who's graduating, and that will be really different next year. We also have experienced loss. When my dad passed away, sounds like a long time ago, but over 10 years ago, it was a huge shift. It was a huge shift, and there's still some things that I don't enjoy as much, and there's some things that we've added in. We've just had to give myself permission to say, I'm not going to try to keep up with not just the Joneses, but also my ideal, perfect world. I'm going to give myself permission to enjoy the moments that I'm in and the time I have with the kids, and to release some of the perfectionism that can burn out moms. If I want to do something or have time to do something, I'm going to do that thing. If I don't feel like it this year or this moment, in all honesty, I have to let those things go. My kids have actually started to put the lights on the tree, because that was something my dad always did. That was something my husband's mom always did. And so neither of us grew up putting lights on the tree, and it's one of the most stressful triggers for me. My dad loved Christmas, and he was really good at celebrating it. And so it's really hard for me to miss him so much during that moment. So this year, the girls put the lights on the tree, and it's beautiful. They did a beautiful job. Sometimes letting go of things and letting them take on their own holiday, making it so much more about them being actively participants, not the mama doing everything, but them being the present wrappers, them being the present finders for each other, them being the present makers for each other, them being the cookie creators, them being the meal planners, things that are important to them. And that is a lot of us letting go of control and going, you know what, I'm just going to let this not just be about me, not what I can do. It's going to be about what the family wants and the family can do. And does that mean sometimes you have to say no to yourself and what you want? Yeah, definitely. And that's okay. That's okay. And the other thing that is comforting is there's another Christmas next year. So if I didn't hit it all this year, then I can, relook at my things and go, you know what? I didn't get around to that last year. This year is important to me. I'm going to put it at the top of the list. So anyway, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys are doing well with your homeschooling. Be encouraged. You are the best mamas and dads that can possibly teach those kids. Honestly. And again, you're a facilitator. If you struggle with a certain subject in a certain area, find someone else to teach it. That doesn't mean failure. That means success. It means you have found a problem and you figured out how to solve it with your kids. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you soon. Thanks.